Hi everyone, today I'm gonna show you the review for the original magic bullet that I bought from Walmart at $19.99. This magic bullet can chop, mix, blend, whip, grind, and also mince. So in a few minutes I'm gonna open the box and share with you guys what I got. So as you can see, they are nicely packaged, so hopefully you won't get anything broken. So you might be a little careful because of the pointy blade in here. And this is the main machine. So as you can see, I got a manual with it. I got two different containers depending on what you really want to do. And I believe that's all I got. So now I'm gonna make pudding using one of these cups, and we're gonna go from there. So for making the pudding, I'm gonna use the taller cup, and for the ingredient you will be needing whole milk, raisins if you want to, and 3 eggs. And I will be using the brown sugar to make a caramelized topping for the pudding, which I'm gonna show you in a bit. So for the beginning, I'm gonna use a measurement cup, and it is 8 ounces to measure the milk. I'm using 2 cups. Now it's time for cracking the eggs, which is my first time, so wish me luck. Ow, ow, ow. That wasn't so bad, but you might be a little careful not to add the eggshells into the mixer. 3. And I'm also gonna add 2 teaspoons of brown sugar to this mix so that your entire pudding will be a little sweet. Who doesn't like sweet stuff anyway? So I'm gonna attach the blade at the bottom of the cup. And as you might notice, there are 3 pointed areas over here. And on the power base, there are also 3 places for them. So you need to first take this pointy stuff in there and press right. So it has been set up. Now I'm gonna start the mixer. As you guys guys saw earlier that I added 2 teaspoons of brown sugar. If you want a little bit more sweeter pudding, then you can add a little more to it also. Now I'm gonna make the caramelized topping. For that, I'm gonna take some sugar, and in this bowl I'm gonna sprinkle it in a way that it covers the bottom slowly. And as you can see, I had to take the second teaspoon of sugar. You can circle the bowl so that all the ends are covered with sugar properly. As you can see, I cannot see the bottom of the bowl, so it's an indication that you don't need any more of this the sugar. And on the another bowl, I took this room water temperature water, so I'm gonna add little water to the sugar, not too much. So that's how it's gonna be. I'm gonna put that bowl of sugar in the oven and put it under heat for 1 minute, and then I'm gonna come back and check to see if they has already caramelized. So it has been 1 minute. Now I'm gonna take out the bowl and see if my caramel topping has become a little bit drizzly. So as you can see, they look like caramel drizzle. I'm not gonna add the pudding mixture now, but instead put the topping for it to come to room temperature. That way the drizzle will be in a solid form, and it will be easier for us to mix the pudding mixer on top of it. So after a couple of minutes, now that it has come to room temperature, I'm gonna pour the pudding mix that we prepared earlier. While pouring it on top of this caramel topping, you might have to be a little careful so it doesn't break out the layer. So I think if you go in a circular motion, it might be easier. Now I'm gonna put this back in the oven and set the timer for 2 minutes, but I think it's better to check back between so it doesn't overflow. So it has been 2 minutes already. Now we're gonna go ahead and check. As you can see, we might have to put it under heat for some time to get the pudding a little bit in a solid form. So maybe I'm gonna set it for 1 more minute. I forgot to mention earlier, I did not cover the bowl because if you cover it, there's a huge chance it might overflow. So as you can see, the top layer of the pudding, it rose a little bit higher. So just open the door of the microwave for some time and continue heating it again. Amazing how the layers are going up and down. Once I open the door of the microwave, it settles down. So don't be nervous, just like I said, when it goes too up, just open the door of the microwave and wait for some time to settle, and then start heating it again. So at the beginning, when I put this bowl inside the microwave, this cracked kind of layer was at the top, and now slowly it got at the bottom. Like, this is an indication that the cooking is done by layer wise. So now I'm gonna check if it has been baked properly. So what I'm gonna do, you can try it with the end of a spoon, but I'm gonna try it with a butter knife. Just insert it in the middle. And when it's gonna come clear with no pudding substance, it means it has been baked properly. So as we saw earlier that the pudding has been baked properly, I'm gonna check again, but before transferring the pudding on a plate or a container you prefer, use the knife, the same knife I used earlier, and detach the sides. Alrighty, now it's time to transfer the pudding on the plate. I'm gonna add some raisin on top of the pudding. If you want, you can add maybe different kind of fruits, but I just prefer raisins. Looks yummy, isn't it? So now I'm gonna refrigerate this pudding so it cools down, because warm pudding, it's not too enjoyable. I like my pudding cold. So we're gonna come back for testing the pudding. Tasting time. As you can see, the middle part of the pudding has baked really nicely. It looks yummy also. I did not refrigerate that for a longer time, so my caramel is still liquid. Like I said, if you refrigerate that for a longer time, it will turn into solid form and will be more tastier. So my pudding is going back to the refrigerator now. If you really like this recipe and the review of the magic bullet, please kindly share and subscribe to my channel. Thank you. Have a wonderful evening.